Lord forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack make it backflip. Telly Hank with the action. With the vital speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby Maine. Just caught a touchdown from the bay.
According to one of the indictments, Travis James and several others got narcotics from a supplier in Houston, Texas. U.S. Attorney Brandon Freeman says the bust is the result of a lengthy federal investigation involving several law enforcement agencies.
Like a fan, I take pictures with my fans. With that fan, what's a fan? Fuck a nigga, what a fan. Smoke coming off the sunroof like a chimney. 22 niggas messed up like gremlins. I just took your bitch to the moon. I only wanted more, but she gave up that cool shit. Savage, where you from? Don't you ask me where I'm from.
He playing with Travis James Entertainment. Nigga on strike. Nigga could have had his mama, his daughter, everything, man. Nigga could have had all this.
Y'all want some of this here? Travis James Entertainment, we do a lot of eating. Boy, that shit good, huh? Travis James Entertainment, you know how we do it over here.
We ain't know
Tell me
that.
from 100 over there, you heard?
And once again,
I could have sworn that was my plate.
no.
I had more than you.
But Travis got money, man.
Off the phone with Champ, so I'm gonna give you an update, right? We got a whole card now. We only had one fight. We had Chris Brown and Soulja Boy. Now we trying to put together 21 Savage, 22 Savage. They're gonna fight for the name, and then we only gonna have one Savage. All right. So they're gonna do that, and then we got from the NBA, we got Tim Thomas and Kenyon Martin. They got an old beef. They want to settle. Between me and you, they done ran into each other on the street a couple times. Niggas got mushed, all kind of shit happened. You know what I'm saying? So they really need to go ahead and get that shit off their chest.
The leader of a cocaine trafficking ring in Louisiana has been sentenced to 30 years in federal prison. The court said 38-year-old Travis James of Baton Rouge was a leader and organizer of a drug trafficking group of 13 people. Authorities say James led the group to obtain cocaine from Houston, Texas, and transported the cocaine to stash houses in Baton Rouge and Prairieville. Some of those trips consisted of 5 or more kilograms of cocaine. During the investigation, authorities seized over $500,000 in drug trafficking proceeds from James, as well as 8 guns and heroin.
Hey, we're gonna go to Popalot, fuck all that. We're gonna eat Popalot. That's what I feel like today, Popalot and stuff, you know? And I'm cool with chicken, you know, old timer shit. You know? You always want some.
I don't want no chicken. I mean, you do what you do, I'm gonna do what I do.
I'm going to Popalot. I'm gonna get on that jet and go to Popalot.
We on our way.
Yeah, what niggas be doing, man. The Travis James Taylor, man, we just gonna fucking eat Popeye chicken the whole summer, man. Fuck that shit. Niggas be playing too much. Popeye chicken the whole summer, man. You know what I'm saying? You talking about Papados and shit, man. Fuck all that.
Trying to kill old man. I can't handle all that grease.
You count that money, man. You been count the same money for an hour, nigga. You don't count nothing. No, you been count the same money, man. Fuck, man. Hold up, man. You take 20 years to count. Yeah. Fuck,
I'm old man.
Well, the family out gonna eat some regular chips, nigga.
I'm an old man. I count slow.
That's what you gonna eat. They're gonna feed you chips and all. Come on, you gonna eat chips and pilots meat today. You already know. Travis James Entertainment, you heard?
A jaw-dropping 41 people, all but 2 from the Baton Rouge area, are facing felony charges. It's being called the biggest drug prosecution in the history of our Middle District.
Investigators say this one involves guns, fancy cars, and some big-time money. Cheryl Mercedes starts us off.
The defendants named in one of 3 indictments are accused of conspiring to buy and distribute meth, heroin, cocaine, and crack on the streets of the metro area. According to one of the indictments, Travis James and several others got narcotics from a supplier in Houston, Texas. U.S. Attorney Brandon Freeman says the bust is the result of a lengthy federal investigation involving several law enforcement agencies.
This is not about filling jails, it's not about filling prisons. It's about ensuring that our communities and our neighborhoods are safe.
One of the indictments note that during phone conversations and text messages, some of the suspects referred to cocaine by using words like girl, white girl, soft, and sugar bear. Code words for crack cocaine were hard, boil, and boy. Words like brown, dog food, white, H, and whatchamacallit were allegedly used to refer to heroin. DEA Assistant Special Agent in Charge Brad Byerly says the dope led investigations to a big money trail.
We have seized heroin, multiple pounds. We have seized cocaine, crack cocaine. We have seized luxury vehicles, automatic firearms, and over $1 million in U.S. currency of drug-related proceeds.
According to one of the indictments, two of the suspects, James and Damari Harding, were found in possession of over $18,000 in cash, a measuring cup with crack cocaine residue, 2 digital scales, heroin and cocaine test kits, and a bunch of guns, including 2 .40 caliber pistols, an AR rifle, an AK pistol, and an AR pistol. The document says high-capacity magazines and numerous rounds of ammunition were also found in that same house in Prairieville.
Us being here today sends a clear message and warning to those that are plaguing our nation and our communities with the drug trafficking and violence.
Authorities say the operation would not have been so successful without the help of the community. Attorney Freeman says he expects more arrests to come from these efforts.
Our work is not done. We are committed and we will follow through.
Cheryl Mercedes, WAFB 9 News.
If convicted, the defendants face significant prison time, big fines, and many other penalties.
This ain't 21, bitch. This 22. Louisiana, what up, though? Shit got Popalot. We back on MOBB business. Y'all go ahead and meet us in BR. Big shit going down. Now today, I'm going to do my best to tell you guys the story of a man that was trying to put himself on a path to be the next Master P, to be the next Baby, or even the next Melon Turk, as they would come from the same city that he came from. He would build up a roster of what I would call at the time regional stars, and he was also the man with the funding behind one of what I would call probably the biggest hip-hop parodies that, I can't lie, I even thought was real because the internet was such a crazy place. And that person that I'm talking about is going to be a guy by the name of Travis R. James. And he would be the top dog or the CEO at Travis James Entertainment. Now, if any of us can go back to 2016, 17, we will remember the rise of an internet personality by the name of 22 Savage, who we know today as a comedian by the name of Funny Mike, for doing impressions of people like Boosie and Kevin Gates, a lot of Baton Rouge artists. But back in 2016, 17, we solely knew him as 22 Savage. And this wasn't too much after Atlanta rapper 21 Savage had come on the scene. And like I said, it was a crazy time with the internet, especially then. And it seems like the internet was putting this new artist, 21 Savage, in a pit against 22 Savage, in a battle almost for the name, with guys like 50 Cent releasing clips, speaking on the situation, saying that he was going to get the two to box it out for the name. Just wow. It would even be a semi-viral news clip saying where 22 Savage was being charged with a murder. So they was really trying to drum this 22 Savage personality up using outlets like WorldStar and just the internet in itself. But one thing that would stand out besides the name 22 Savage would be Travis James Entertainment. They would always be screaming Travis James Entertainment. And I'm not even gonna lie, at the time, because I thought that shit was real. And the first thing that I thought when I heard Travis James Entertainment, I was like, it's some bricks behind this shit. And they gonna put his name on it like that. It really just reminded me of some BMF, Black Mafia Family, Big Meech Flannery kind of type shit. That's just what it smelled like to me. But it would eventually come out that 22 Savage was almost like a personality, and then he would convert into like what we have today with online comedians. But it was not only 22 Savage representing the label. Travis Entertainment was also the home of other viable artists like Main Music and Tech, as well as the late Zorilla, whose death we spoke on in the episode that we did on Martell Harris. So it wasn't really just 22 Savage. Travis James was trying to put together a roster of talent that would help him make a name for himself, literally, just like he would go on to see P and Baby do less than 100 miles from where he was. But in March of 2018, he would find himself the top and the person considered the leader in a 41-person indictment that U.S. Attorney Brandon Fleming would call the largest drug prosecution in Baton Rouge at the time, going on to say that we're talking about a major drug trafficking organization. And if you want to call it a gang, you can call it a gang. We look at this as a group of individuals whose purpose was to peddle dope onto our streets. Authorities would suggest that an extensive investigation revealed that Travis and Troy James conspired with each other to purchase kilogram quantities of cocaine in Houston, Texas. Their source of supply in Houston would in turn receive the narcotics from Mexico, where the drugs would then be transported back to Baton Rouge for sale or for distribution. Authorities will also allege that Travis James would maintain local stash houses where he would keep hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash. He would store and cut large quantities of cocaine into smaller distribution amounts, as well as cooking the powdered cocaine into crack. It would be on June 12, 2017, when an associate of the Travis James organization would be on one of those trips from Baton Rouge to Houston, where they would be stopped by federal authorities and to be found in possession of $200,000 wrapped in duct tape. The very next day, on June 13, 2017, authorities would execute a search warrant at one of Travis James' stash houses in Baton Rouge, where they would seize over $300,000 in cash, narcotics paraphernalia, 6 firearms, including AK-style pistols, ammunition, as well as high-capacity magazines. Using another search warrant, they would also confiscate another $179,000 that they say Travis James had in a safety deposit box at a local bank. So in 2 days, that's almost 600 long. 3 years later, on October 27, 2020, Travis James, 30 years old at the time, would plead guilty to conspiracy to distribute 1 or more kilograms of heroin, 5 or more kilograms of cocaine, and 280 grams or more of crack cocaine, conspiracy to launder monetary instruments, as well as possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He would ultimately be sentenced to 360 months or 30 years. Now, out of the long list of people trying to trap their way out of Baton Rouge to get fame, was Travis James the richest? I'm gonna need my people from Baton Rouge to tap in. If y'all was around at this time, y'all make sure y'all get in the comment box. Y'all make sure you hit the red bell, the red subscribe right under this video so y'all know when this real Trill Spill shit is dropping. Y'all get in the comment box. Y'all run it up. Now, shout out to the subscribers that requested this story. The 2 I could say is going to be the_mob_kennels and H_town_hero with 2 O's on Instagram. 100 times for y'all, 100 times for everybody tuned in. Y'all make sure y'all send those requests through. Y'all hit me at POP_A_LOT. That's Twitter and Instagram. Y'all tag me. Y'all direct message me. Y'all mention me. Y'all CC me. Y'all email me. However y'all want to do it. Y'all send a request through. We covering them. Shout out to y'all, Baton Rouge. We be back soon. This your guy, Popalot. Mob Gang.